Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of all ages, it is Aussieverse, and I am OmniBeau. Welcome back with another little haul video. Why? Because I am so dumb and got so excited at bringing out the Fats books that I got the other day that I forgot about the statues. What? I know, like, how dumb is that? Like, I went back after the recording and went, I forgot about those. So I thought I'd show those off this time, as well as a couple of other bits and pieces that I was saving for a bigger haul video with the rest of the Aussieverse gang. But instead, we're just going to do a quick little one right now. If you do want to be a member of Aussieverse, we call them For Lifers, and we want to thank the ones that have participated: Mrs. Jones's Honeycomb, The Fourth Monkey, Ben Sullivan, and Simple Simon. You do not need to be a member to be a part of the Aussieverse. However, all we ask is that you like the videos, share them, comment, ring the bell for notifications, and all that goodness that YouTube make you do. And that's enough of that. Let's get down to what I'm showing off today. So first and foremost, I wanted this Magneto helmet for a little while, but it was always quite, expensive. So I went with waiting and got the on clearance, and it worked. I got it. Got it cheap. So I got it, and it comes with a stand, and it's really cool, and I really kind of dig it. Yeah. Next up, these are the statues from Fats Now. So bear with me. That's something else I want to show off in a second. We have this Guardians of the Galaxy beautiful, huge thing. I don't have a lot of statues, so when I get them, I want them to be really cool and display well and, whatever else. So I'm just glad to be able to have any, because most of mine are either Spider-Man or Venom related. So I really liked this one because, as you can see, it's really cool. Now, the problem with this is the rocket is so flimsy that it was so hard to put together. I would get an arm on and a leg would fall off. I'd put a leg on, an arm would fall off. It was driving me crazy. I finally got it here, but now I can't get the gun in the right place because the arms just keep falling off. But the Groot is really, really cool. And I did get these for a pretty damn good price. So I'm not complaining at all. It's just, I can't imagine spending these on what you're meant to and having that flimsy Groot. It would have been a little annoying. But check out the detail on this thing here. Oh, Groot. It's just beautiful, man. And it's huge. Look at it. That was a big. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Next up, out of these series, Avengers Marvel Now, they have Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Scarlet Witch, and Hawkeye. So that's the entire set, and I got 2 of them. So now I'm going to probably try and track down the others and have a nice little Avengers display. So first up we have millionaire, playboy, philanthropist, blah-de-blah-de-blah-de. Iron Man. Doesn't stick down to that, so I've got to be careful because it just sits there, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Iron Man. Love it. And the other one that I got was this Thor. Not bad. Not bad. So they're not like super expensive. They're not really cheap. Oh, well, they actually are, they're cheap compared to other statues that cost an arm and a leg. So yeah, I'd say they're cheap compared to, but I'm never going to spend a lot of money on statues. So I'm just happy to get that stuff because that's where the money goes. All right. So yeah, that's that. Now, there was one more statue actually, and I got this one only because I really dig my alternate world Superman. Like I've got a couple of other figures on my shelf that are like alternate Supermen, and Batman and things like that. It's really any sort of like Elseworlds or alternate universe sort of thing. I really dig it, man, which is why I love my crossovers so much. So I saw this statue and I wasn't really too into the other characters, but there was a Superman one that I really did like. You had to get it all together because it's one statue. And then I found out when I got it, unfortunately, that's part of a 2-statue set. So I don't know if I'll ever bother trying to get the other one, but this is Kingdom Come, Superman, Hawkman, and Red Robin. And that's not bad. Nice little display. So, yeah, I really dug that Superman and went, that's cool, man. So they're the statues. The only other things I want to show off, these 2 issues just came today, just throwing them in there because why not? I got them today. I'm going to show them off. And that is, I really love my Infinity Gauntlet covers. So I saw this one. And I had to grab that because that is just sick. And in the same sale on the Facebook group, this gentleman also had a Virgin, but was a bit different. If you didn't notice just then, one's got a cloak, one does not. So they will look really cool with my Infinity Gauntlets cover issues that I have. Now, last 2 books is my mate OmniBeau, another Omni lover mate of mine. He gave me a couple of things, sold me a couple of things, but really, really cheap. And I couldn't say no to them. One of them is Crapax. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that one right. But it's a massive, massive book. It doesn't even fit on the shelf. Like, it's too tall, so I don't know where to put it. But that's it. And this one, as you can see, is Dracula, Frankenstein, and Other Horror Stories. So it's all black and white. It is a massive, massive book. And if I can just show you that for a moment, just to give you a bit of an idea. Dracula I've always loved, but Frankenstein I've always loved even more. I've recently backed some Kickstarters for a Frankenstein novel that's looks really cool, and then I've backed another 3-book Hunchback of Notre Dame, Dracula, and Frankenstein that should be coming sooner than later as well. So this is really, really cool. I haven't read it yet to tell if it's the original Frankenstein, like from 1818, I believe, or the revised one from Mary Shelley a few years later that just changed a couple of bits about the story. I've always preferred the original Frankenstein. The newer one changed, like the love interest not being his cousin, and Frankenstein's, the monster's motivation is a little more understandable in the second one. So I get why they changed it, but I like the original. So I don't know which one that is, but either way, I'm sure it's really cool. So yeah, nice big honking book there. And the other one that just came today from OmniBeau, normally not my thing, but I really loved the cartoon show. I doubt this is the same as the cartoon show. With my comic book knowledge, I would assume it's just the same name, same premise, but not really to do with one another. And that is Young Justice Omnibus. So I thought I'd give this a go. It's a massive book. It's got Young Justice The Secret, #1, JLA World Without Grown-Ups, 1 and 2, which from memory is an Elseworlds story. Young Justice 1 to 19, Young Justice 1 Million, Young Justice Secret Files and Origins 1, Young Justice 80-page giant #1, Secret Origins 80-page giant #1, Young Justice in No Man's Land #1, Supergirl 36 to 37, Superboy 74, Young Justice Sins of Youth 1 and 2, Sins of Youth Secret Files and Origins. Yeah, Sins of Youth JLA Junior #1, Sins of Youth Aquaboy and Lagoon Man #1, Sins of Youth Batboy and Robin, and Sins of Youth Kid Flash and Impulse, Sins of Youth Star Woman, and the JSA #1, Sins of Youth Superman Junior and Superboy. Ooh, Okay, that's interesting. Sins of Youth, Wonder Girls, okay, and the Sins of Youth, The Secret of Dead Boy, #1. So yeah, that's kind of cool, man. That should hopefully teach me a bit more about DC. And it says it's by Peter David, so can't go wrong, right? Peter David's awesome. So the last thing I want to show you is I've been getting cards lately from just different things like Kickstarters and things like that, man. Now, I usually don't really care about cards, right? I'm not going to lie, I really don't. But when you start to build them up, I'm like, well, I'm not just going to keep doing what I do with them and display them around. Like, you know, I've got this one, for example, from my mate Tim, because I just loved that cover. So that is a Gem Mint 10 Flare 51 blah 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 one. So yeah, I've got that, you know, there. I've also got a Metal Hulk card over there encased as well. But the rest of them, I thought, you know what, I really should put together, and I did that. And I didn't realize just how many cards I had. So I'm just going to quickly show them off here. So first, we've got my blue Superman, which was just always one of my favorite little shiny cards. Then we have those promotional Batman Joker ones that they gave away with the comics a little while ago. And then we have just a couple of different random ones that I really liked. And then on the next page, we have, well, I'll take this one out because it'll be a lot easier. We have just this gold Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, it's bumpy, it's heavy, it's huge. You get a stand with that as well, so you can put it there. But I put it with my cards because technically it's kind of a card. I got my SingleIssue cards from a Kickstarter that I backed from him. And then we have the Gods Among Men cards, which that's the first two there. We then have the rest of the Gods Among Men cards. If you didn't get these, you are missing out because they are really, really cool. I even kept a little Anna there as well. Yay. And then lastly, I got that 3 X-Men one, which was from this book, X-Men, all cards illustrated by Jim Lee, the Uncanny X-Men trading cards that came out a little while. It's basically the whole set of the old 90s cards in a book. I'm sure you can still buy it on Amazon now. It was only like $20. And yeah, they gave you these loose ones, so I did that. There we have the bronze Spider-Man. Oh, I'm really suffering. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to take it out. This is the bronze Spider-Man card from the Jin Jung Kickstarter. We're still waiting for the actual books, but they gave us these promotional ones, and look, they're pretty thick and hard. And yeah, that's all the cards. So I just want to show them off. That's it. Thank you very much for joining me on this quick little video. Fats Comics, absolutely fantastic. They are one of the best comic book stores in Australia. And if there was ever a comic book store that would beat it, I'd have to say probably Comic Bookaroo. Do they beat it? Don't know. Are they on par? Probably. What makes them the best? They sponsor this show. That's why. Comic Bookaroo. Go check them out. Or you can just watch this.
Comic Bookaroo, proud sponsors of Aussieverse for all your comic book needs. Graphic novels, hardcovers, omnibuses, single issues. Don't forget to pre-order every Sunday at Comic Bookaroo.
Yeah, I forgot we just made that. So there you go. Hope everybody else is having a fantastic Monday, and we'll catch you next time. And as always, Aussieverse will and always will be for life.